Hey y'all! It's the Thanti! Woo! It's Thanti Thursday. We got another guest in the building.
Yay!
Author, speaker, 365-day prayer warrior, Monique O'Neal is in the building to talk her new book and help you y'all get a husband, a wife, help your husband and your wife get their life together, all that good stuff. We're so glad you're here to Thanti around with us today.
Welcome.
This is exciting.
Yes.
So you are only our second guest. Okay. So so we're glad to have you here. So what we like to do every Thursday, we typically do Drop It Like a Thanti.
Yes.
That's when we talk about hot topics. Today, of course, we're going to talk about this book, but this is hot. We got a lot to talk about and a lot to unpack. And then we like to do Ask a Thanti, where our viewers usually ask us a question. And so they've asked some good questions for you because they knew you was coming. And then we do listen to your Thanti. We usually give our Thanti's opinion about some type of topic on life. Today is probably love and matrimony. Because we got some experts in the building. Look, but I ain't included me.
I know I'm not included. I'm no expert. I'm a divorcee.
That's why you should probably know more.
Yeah,
you know enough. Thank you.
All right, so Monique, sorry. I'm trying to combine your first name and last name like I did Thanti. Monique. Introduce yourself to the people.
Yes, I am Monique O'Neal, and Monique, that's my signature. That's what it says.
I like it.
Yes. I am an author, speaker, licensed clinician of over 19 years of experience in the mental health field.
Yes.
Worked with families, individuals, couples. I love to empower people, and that's my heart. I'm the author of 2 books. 365 prayers for your husband and 365 prayers for your wife.
Amen.
Hot off the press.
We got you, fellas. We got you.
Yes. And I'm excited to be here. Mother. I'm a wife. I'm a mother.
Yes.
A wife of 13 years.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm a marriage champion. Like, I want people to win.
Me too.
You know?
Yes.
So,
Black love.
Yeah.
Any love,
Yeah.
but black love for me.
yeah,
For
it's
sure.
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, fellas, just so you know that the wife book is on back order, but it's coming, okay? So make sure you purchase that book.
Back order means a few of y'all reading it. Good job.
Good job.
Y'all want to do better. So
Everybody should, yeah.
Everybody wants to be better and do better.
Yeah.
Amen.
So I love it. All right, cool. So since we'll jump right into, we'll drop like a Thanti with a hot topic, and you talked about being a marriage champion. Do you think that marriage is still the goal for most people?
I do. I do see that marriage is the goal, but I also see an equal drive for women. A lot that I'm going to be me, I'm going to do me.
Yeah.
As well as marriage being the goal and marriage being the goal and I'm going to do me. That just don't
mix.
Yeah. You can be you. Don't lose yourself.
Right.
I don't want to jump into it too quickly.
Yes.
But I think marriage is the goal, but I don't think that people really understand what it takes in order to achieve the goal.
Agree.
I agree.
So what do you think the misconception is?
Girl.
Thank you. Amen. I like the truth too. It's a whole it is what it is.
It's not there are misconceptions. And I was driving over here, like, common misconceptions about marriage. And I held them myself, like, thinking that once I got married, it was happily ever after, you know.
Oh yeah, we all thought that.
And that's a misconception because, you know, you say yes, you say I do on the day of. You say I do to the person that you know on that day.
Oh,
yeah.
And boom.
Oh,
that
right?
was the key.
Amen. There it is.
We like to marry potential.
Yes.
Yep.
Right? And then we get upset when this person is not growing the way that we want them to grow.
Yeah.
Or in the fashion or in the speed, you know, the time that we want them to. So misconception, another one is that we think that they're going to change once they put a ring on it.
Yep.
Women and men.
Yeah. I think
Yes, that's
yeah,
true.
totally agree.
Another one is that marriage is 50-50. I don't like when people say that. It's 100-100. Right?
Oh.
Yes.
You have to bring your 100. You need, because if I'm not having a good day, I'm not having a good season.
Right.
And all I can give you is 20. I need your 80.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I need
I
him
got
to cover
you.
me.
Yep.
For the part that I can't, cover myself. And so it's not 50-50. And we know we need to both aim for 100 because when you miss, I got you. And when he missed, we need to have him.
Right.
So, we go all day with misconceptions, honey.
One that you brought up was, marrying potential and getting upset, like when people aren't what you thought they would be or thought they were gonna be. Like, how do you work through that? Like, what do you do? Like, come to you?
You pray. You pray, baby. You give it to Jesus.
You better.
It's real.
You better.
It's
Better
real.
go to the church house, get on your knees, read a book.
Go to your prayer closet, get you a prayer journal, do it all.
Yeah,
baby.
thank you.
That and then some.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yes.
some more,
And
because
some
tomorrow's going to be something else soon as you
Yes.
got over what happened today.
Right.
Yes.
I guess I'm going to have to write the sequel.
Part two.
So you
More
you do-
prayers.
You pray. Prayer changes things. But you have to understand a lot of times when you pray, and this is what God showed me when writing the book, he was changing me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Changing my mind, changing my heart, to give me more grace, more, teach me how to forgive more,
Yes.
which I thought I was a pretty good forgiver.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so prayer changes you, right?
Yes.
But the reason why this book, because you said, what do you do?
Yeah.
My heart behind this was you are the closest person to your mate, right? And if you're not praying for him
Yeah.
in this world that he goes out to, or he's struggling and ain't telling nobody, who's keeping him covered?
Right.
I agree.
And then it's just not for wives, it's for wives to be, because if you're believing in faith for him, this is the beautiful thing about it, Tara.
Kamika.
Tara. This is the beautiful thing about it. You don't know who he is, but if you believe in faith that he's out there, you're praying. Say if you picked up a book, started reading it today, you're praying for him. He could be in Japan, having a bad day.
I got you.
He's been there before.
Just visiting.
That's
I'm saying in
amazing, too, that
Japanese.
she
But he
said.
might
Why did she say that?
and you're praying for him that day,
Right.
not knowing what he's needing, but God knowing, because this is divine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're praying over him, whether you know who he is or not, in preparation, and just keeping him covered 365 days of the year.
So let me ask you this. So I believe in writing a vision, making your request, known to God. So if I'm telling him, Lord, I need him to be wealthy and loving and faithful and generous, the Lord's definition of wealthy and my definition of wealthy might be different.
Wait a minute.
So what would you suggest that I
The Lord
pray
knows
for?
your heart.
He knows the desires of your heart. He
knows the
tells you
desires.
that. So he knows that you're looking for a millionaire,
It don't have to be a millionaire.
a thousandaire, not
We
a
can make it
thousand.
together.
He knows
As long as he knows how to manage his
as
money,
long
for
as-
real.
yes.
Don't nobody want no broke guy.
No.
Ain't nobody got time.
No.
He knows what you want, but he also knows what you need.
Boom, right
And
there.
he's not in the business of giving you so much everything that you want.
Amen.
Yep.
Right?
He just
And
gonna
so-
give you what you need.
But you're right. He will give you the desires of your heart.
Yeah.
But I was always taught that he'll place those desires in you. So when you are asking for certain characteristics, are they personally motivated, for your gain, or is it like really what you know that you would need to grow, as a person in marriage? So I had a list.
What's your list?
Don't put out. You don't have to answer.
Did he get your list?
Did he at least meet 50% of them?
Yeah, but here's the thing. My list, God-fearing, handsome, successful, goal-driven, all these things. But he came with that and flaws, just like we come
Exactly.
with flaws.
Yes.
And so when
Agree.
I was praying for that, and he had already told my husband, you're going to be my wife. And I'm like, I don't see that yet.
I don't know.
I got to go back to my prayer closet. And I brought my list out. And I love God because you can just talk to him like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is my list. And he said, Brandon, he is those things. You're just paying attention to the wrong thing.
Yes. And make it.
So I'm like, okay. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having a list. The Bible says, write the vision, make it plain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
But God, he'll give you what you need, before I just gotta have, because he knows
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
Personally.
But what do you think about that showing up in a different way than what you thought it's going to show up as?
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
It's not fair. I'll tell you that.
Thank
You mean the person showing up differently than you thought that they
Yeah,
would?
you have your envision. Oh, he's fine and handsome. Woo, woo,
When he's
woo.
not.
Well, he could be meeting some of those qualities, but maybe he's not the ethnicity that you were expecting.
Right. Okay. So you have an
Okay.
idea of what he
I
looks
got it.
like, how he will present, and it's like, oh, that's not the package I had.
In my head.
Yeah. You know what? That's why I said he knows what you need. Because
Yeah.
the beautiful thing about my husband and I, we were not each other's preference. He didn't look like somebody that. Now he's handsome. Don't get me wrong. But he didn't look like somebody I would be interested in, and vice versa.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Not that
Yeah.
they're ugly, just be
Yeah.
like, no, because then you be opposite, because like I'm.
Well,
always-
because but a lot of times, I mean, I know people say opposites attract, but really,
It does.
it
It's the
does.
truth.
It's the truth
Yeah, I
because
do in a
you're
way.
so different in so many ways.
Yes.
But it's about keeping that balance, and I think that's the hard part. That
And I would say don't cancel out the package, because I know a lot of happy women that are with somebody that they would have never put themselves with, but they are very happy in their marriage. And then I know women that are in marriages where the outside was what they wanted, but
Suffer.
That's
Yeah.
a secure bear. It's somebody fine.
I think you can grow.
I've been there, done
Grow to be attracted to somebody. I think.
Yeah, because you fall in love with characters. I care, character.
Characteristics.
Yeah.
I like your morals, your character. Yeah, I want that.
And then the way you make me feel as far as how you care for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do I feel secure with you? Can I relax? You know what I'm saying? Can I just relax?
Can I be soft?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking for south.
The number one thing that women need in marriage and a relationship is security.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You don't feel safe. It's very, very scary.
It is.
And I think that's why I pray for wealth, is because that's security. to
But that
me.
ain't gonna
like
solve
stability.
everything.
Like I don't want to
Say that then.
just always have, what
Stability.
Stability.
Okay,
Yeah,
there you go.
because
Yeah,
wealth
Say
is
that.
not
That way
always
you don't
secure.
sound
Yeah.
like a
I'll
gold
take
digger,
that.
and you don't feel away
You're
like
right.
I need $1 million. No, you want to be stable.
Right. You
Yeah.
want
And
stability.
that's all. I think it's what every woman kind of wants. Just
say
stability.
abundance.
Yeah, you can.
Stability and abundance.
And abundance. Yeah, nothing's wrong with abundance.
Nothing's wrong with that. He gonna give
Yeah.
it to you anyway.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
As long as you're doing right. It's all
Exactly.
I think that.
So how would you, the steps to apply your principles in your book?
So pray. We already said that prayer works. We know that. This right here, I like it because it's a guide, whether you are an avid prayer or maybe you don't know what to pray.
Right.
That's a
And
lot
so,
of problem.
A lot of people don't even know where to start.
Yep.
And there are principles to pray. And I wanted to make sure that the language in the book is understandable, but it's also really descriptive when it comes to, I've been married 13 years. So some of the things that people go through in marriage. And then I've also been a clinician and doing marriage counseling sessions and knowing the things that people go through.
Right.
Really, what I love about it is it's user friendly. It really is. Like you pick it and open it up to the day that you want to start. Today's September the 5th. Open it up September the 5th. And you just get to a quiet place and you just read it. And I think it's important to read it out loud, to declare.
Okay, so we shouldn't read silent. We should. Okay, I like it.
Just
Say
say the
that
words.
thing.
Say
Say
that
that thing.
Say
Okay.
that.
There's a scripture, 365 different scriptures.
Right.
And think about the power of you praying that over your mate or future mate and believing God for it. And here's the thing. I've been married 13 years. And, we already said that 365 prayers for your wife is out too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if he's praying that prayer over me, I might not be meeting all those characteristics right now. So, but he's praying it in faith.
Yeah.
Right.
Activate
Yeah.
your faith,
Right.
Yeah.
And we know that words have power. So speak it. And then another thing is if there's a prayer that sticks out to you and you look, oh, I like that really resonated. You ain't gotta skip to the next day. Say that prayer again. You know?
Okay.
Take notes in the book.
Awesome.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or add it to the next day, you know, because you can never pray too much. So
Amen.
You should add a journal to go with the book.
it's probably coming.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we like it.
I like to write.
I'm
No, I
not a
do too.
journaler.
Yeah.
I just speak to the Lord. I don't really like.
Yeah, I like to write.
It's
I
good
do
to
both.
write.
It's
to
good.
write
I know,
because you can
everybody
go back
tells
and
me that.
see
Yeah.
That's
how
the
he
thing.
answered your
Yeah.
prayer.
That's right.
Like the
Yeah.
date that you wrote it down.
Yeah.
That's true.
You look
Yeah.
up 6 months later, you be like,
Dang, I already did do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll do it.
See, I keep thinking my
It's
mental
so
gonna
real.
be sharp for a long time. I guess it's not.
You think what?
My mental is gonna be short where I remember everything.
No, I mean, I think you will remember, but
No,
like
but what
she
she's
said,
saying on
that
paper,
you're
I know
supposed to write
exact
it.
times and
Yeah,
days.
and
It's like
it's not a writer.
it's like speaking it, writing it down makes
Yeah.
it happen.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
if you write down a thing,
Yeah.
Sure will.
I think it will too.
Yeah.
I think it's just because the era I was in, you don't write stuff.
What era was you in? I always wrote. You didn't write
I'm
letters.
just messing with you.
No, because you know she's like Rain Man. She
I
can
just-
remember.
I
Like she
just-
can
yeah.
quote movies, like lines.
just don't-
Like,
I
where
just-
did they come from?
I mean, but I can too, but I still
And like back, I think I
write stuff down.
got traumatized from years ago, maybe having a journal. My
diary.
diary.
Oh,
My
okay.
sister read it. That's
Yeah.
why I swore to never write down my thoughts like that
mama
again.
told me that
Be
too.
free.
Thank you, Lord.
Yes.
I got all kind of beautiful journals too. I be like,
Somebody find this?
yeah.
I know my heart.
But you know
I don't need
what?
to know. Only the Lord.
I feel you, but still, I think
Right.
that is.
I write
Well, for
down-
me, it's just release. Like when I
Exactly.
write things down,
Yeah.
it's so much release for me.
Yeah.
Because if I just keep things in my mind, it kind of it just bothers me.
But see, that's what I
So-
said. I'll get by myself praying,
Yeah.
and I just cry and say whatever I
Yeah.
gotta say. I'll release it that way.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm more of a like that, but nobody really know I do it. I
Yeah.
just told.
Y'all seen the War Room?
Yes.
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 So she had a prayer room and she wrote down her prayers. And when she would go back, so if you have a specific place where you pray, she would go back and then whatever she was praying for, she wrote down. But as God was answering those prayers,
She's
she would take
yanking
them
them
off.
out.
You could see.
Yeah.
Okay, I might
Yeah.
try
I
that.
love it.
Yeah.
That is great. And so, of course, you know, she and I, we're divorced. And so we're looking at things from our perspective, hopping right out there. What about, you know, our 25-year-old that's been married 25 years? Like, you know, is it still good for, you know, people like that or?
That's a great question. My husband and I were over power couples at our church for 5 years. So we had people that were married 3 weeks all the way up to 50 years. And marriages still go through things, you know? And I think with the book, it is really the principle of putting the word to your marriage. I've been married 13 years, but there's still a million things we can pray for. And then as things come, trials and tribulations, growth, you know, seasons. And that's what I talk about in my introduction, which everybody's going to read, right?
Yes. Yes.
Is that marriages go through seasons. And so I don't care what you look like on social media. You're going to have a winter, you're going to have a spring where
Say
it's flowers
that.
and it's beautiful,
Yes.
but there's some cold seasons where everything's dead, right? And that's not the time to desert it. You know, it's the time to press in. So I think it's something for everybody. Everybody.
Yeah. I would say so too. Being the she's
Okay.
that 25-year married person. Yeah, I would say that you need to you have to keep watering it. That's for sure.
Yes.
I agree with that.
You
Yeah.
have to keep working on it because it definitely can turn the other way if
Absolutely.
you don't.
Sure.
Yeah.
You have to put it in. That's the perfect word. You see the plants on it. Listen, we all in the spirit today.
Amen.
You have to water it, so that it can grow. And here's the thing: you have to be committed to watering it, even if he's not.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, now that's the hard part for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is,
not
but you
just
have
for
to
you,
on
it's
the
But
for
day.
that's for
everyone.
everybody.
It's for everybody.
No, that's for everybody.
She's saying it's hard for her.
No,
to
not
do
that
it.
everyone.
But
It's hard for
Yeah,
everyone.
everyone.
I feel like
I
it's not for you because what her saying is always it's a choice. Like every day you gotta choose.
It is.
Love. You gotta choose it every day. And and it might be for you and you just had it very well.
Yeah.
But like I just feel like I'm a tit for tat. Like
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I'm not
saying?
a tit
Like
You have to stop though.
But
I learned to
I-
just
that's
roll it.
hard.
It is
Yeah.
hard, but you got to
Being
remember
single.
that even on the days that you thinking you boom, 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 and you the buns, he's probably hating you them days too. Everybody hates each other on days. I mean, that's normal because we all have attitudes. We
Yeah.
all are growing daily.
That's
So,
true.
you know what I'm saying? You have to give people grace to,
Yeah.
you know,
I would-
change.
I would say being committed to the process. You be committed to the marriage because you're right. Every day, there's some days like I'm like, I can't stand you.
I know.
Right? But I'm committed.
But I'm committed.
Committed to the process. Let me put a caveat in there because being a counselor, you see so much. Y'all aunties, so y'all know y'all see a lot too. But there's some situations that just shouldn't be tolerated, right?
Yes.
So that
Yes.
goes without
Yeah.
saying.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Abuse and things
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Coming from
Serial cheaters.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
Serial
Serial.
cheaters.
A one time is
Yeah,
one
a one
thing.
time,
If
yeah.
you do it 2, 3, 4, I don't got time.
Right,
Serial
right,
cheater.
yeah.
Now you acting a fool.
Now you acting a
Now you just being disrespectful.
Right, right.
No, you being disrespectful because like it didn't just happen. You just keep on having
you're
it.
choosing to
Just
do
let it
that.
go.
Yes.
Don't know because he's letting you know.
Yes.
And it's not about you. It's about what's
It's
going on.
him.
Exactly.
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 So forgiveness is one thing. You cheat, okay, I forgive you. You cheat, y'all say serious. Okay, I'm still gonna forgive you, but you know what? I don't have to subject myself to that.
There it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
And that's where that's the part when in a marriage when they do things sometimes more than once. You know you got to breathe. I know I have to sometimes because I'm like what.
Yeah.
And
it don't have to be cheating.
No, I said when they do things.
Anything.
Just BS, and I'm thinking I done took and told you. Which, just like you said, he's probably over the same way. But for real, like, that's when I have to go pray.
Yes.
Because I'll be ready to fly off the handle because I was single parenting for years and by myself. So to get married sometimes, it's a process.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It can be dangerous to think I can do this by myself. Like I don't. Well, to come into like I don't need you.
Yes, it can't.
You don't need.
You don't.
Really
You
don't
want
need
it.
another person.
You just want that.
You want
It's a choice.
companionship. It is a choice. And the beautiful thing about marriage is it's supposed to glorify God. Like
Right.
y'all supposed to come together and people are supposed to look at it, not perfection, but look at the love.
Yes.
And it's like that's what I want.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So shit ain't for the weak.
Baby, it's not. It is not. And so
Say that again.
when Fee say it looks like you do it so easy, baby, I just make it look that way, baby. It's hard, honey.
Every day, it's an
hard.
everyday process.
It is
For real, it'd be
hard.
great today, and by morning, you like, did this just really happen?
Right. Yeah,
That's
that's
a process.
Yes,
But
it is.
I think a lot of times though, your example at home can what you grow up with can influence you a lot on how you carry out.
I think that's a wonderful point.
Yeah.
What you grow up seeing.
What you grow up seeing.
Yeah.
And even if go ahead.
No.
And even if it's not normal, we normalize it. You know? And whether it's the way that you talk to your spouse or the way that you respect your spouse or disrespect your spouse, and you grow up seeing that, then you think that that's the way that a relationship is supposed to be. And so that's the thing about marriage when you come together from two different backgrounds.
Lord have
you have to
mercy.
teach each other. Like, okay, I understand that this is what you come from, but we're not doing this here. We have to break this and make a choice to break this
Generational curse.
patterns.
Cycle.
Yeah,
Whatever.
But it's true. It's a choice. Like I think when people give up, you know, that's
a
whole
choice,
other-
too.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it can work the opposite way too, though. Right? Like if somebody comes from, happily married, you've seen it, and you expect that,
Yes.
and you try to model it, but you can't because you can't repeat that.
that's true.
And so that's another example I was trying to come with is that I seen with my parents, they still married, 55 years, are so cute. It's so cute. They're just so cute, But then you have that, you go into it and expecting the same.
Yeah.
And, I think that a lot of times, and this is probably, I don't know if it's TMI. You know how my parents never fought in front of us.
That's
smart.
It's very smart, but
Yeah.
kind of not. So they never fought in front of us. I never seen them argue, never seen them fight, never seen anything. So I go into my marriage very, very young still. I was 23 when we got married. Very, very young. I didn't have a lot of, relationships before my husband. So I didn't have a lot of fighting or, I had to figure stuff out with a mate. And so, I go into that marriage and
Expectations.
wait a minute! I have my mom and dad word.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And so when I talk to my mom,
That's
though,
the truth.
going back to talk to my mom, I was like, Mama, y'all, but what happened? You and Daddy didn't fight, so
She's
it's
like,
fight. She's
girl,
like,
boo.
honey, we did, just not in front of y'all.
Yeah, and that's smart.
And that's how they handled it.
that.
But I went into it with a false
Expectation.
expectation.
yeah.
That, we're supposed
Yeah.
to be peaches and cream.
Yeah.
Because I never seen fighting from my parents.
Yeah.
And I don't think we should be doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a really valid point.
Yeah.
It's just the era of marriage too for your parents and us now. The times change with it. I do see the difference.
I don't
in.
know.
I just people change.
I think that
Both.
people
I think
change.
it's both too. I think the times have changed and people change. Like out here, she had an example of marriage.
True.
Everybody doesn't have that example.
Everybody doesn't have that.
So the guy who I grew up with my single mother. My dad lived around the corner, but my grandparents lived right across the street, happily married. You know what I'm saying? So,
but
I seen it across the street. I didn't grow up in a house with it. You're right. I did.
Here's the thing that I think that everybody, and I'm real talk, I'm really just grasping that this week is expectations. We have to let expectations go because everything isn't. Sometimes we put too many expectations on people, and that's almost a disservice.
So I would say communicate your expectations.
Yes.
Oh,
Communication is the key.
There should be some expectation, but it's not fair when they don't know what your expectations are.
Yeah.
True.
Right?
Yeah,
So you're going into the marriage, we ain't supposed to fight. He said, oh. You know, like, this is what
I can tell you I don't like it.
But expectation does breed resentment.
Yes, it does. Yes,
it
does.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
But you have to be that's keeping it real to me. Like
But I
that should
think
be
that-
in your talks when you get married. Like this is what I want.
But it should be
This is
before
what I
you even get married.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Leading
being
up
so
to it, you
young,
should know.
When you're young, though,
It was
you're
different
not,
at 20
you're
something
not
than it
being
is
taught
at
that. Yeah.
20 something again.
Yes.
And at 32, 46,
It is.
58.
Thank you.
People ain't always talking about.
People don't always do
it
that.
changes all them years because them sports used to laugh and play when we was 20 something. I said it's not cute when
Right.
we 50.
Yeah.
Right.
But really, I
time.
think that you should probably do the expectation talk yearly or quarterly because your
Daily.
expectations change all the
Things can
time.
change. That's why you should communicate.
Because people change.
People
You should just
change.
communicate.
Yes, but a lot of
When
people
we got
don't do
married
that.
at 23, it's not what I expect right now. And
It's
Yes.
not,
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's changes.
Yeah.
And it's a different standard I want to look at.
And your life changes. You work like when the kids are young, you in school, you got your routine, everybody's on this. And as the kids get older now, you looking at him, the kids now, I'm looking at you.
Right. Yeah, that's real.
And if y'all ain't got nothing to talk about and no fun, what y'all gonna do? I don't want to keep looking at you. I holler. You know what I'm saying? So you
Yes.
gotta make sure y'all cool. You gotta make sure I'm just speaking.
No,
real
you know
talk.
what? When Lil Corey was born, the pediatrician told us at the doctor's appointment, and he said, "Now don't let your kid control y'all. Don't forget that it's y'all before this baby."
It is.
Not listen.
No, I had
Not
a
at
serial
all.
cheater, so try again.
We ain't talking about that part. We talking about the kids controlling you. We're not talking about him, Kamika.
Okay.
The kids do control us. Me too, baby. The kids do control us.
No, but for real, I get it. But communication is the key.
The communication,
Period.
yeah.
Like, if I'm doing this today and I say, hey, I just decided I'm going to be a photographer.
Yeah.
How you feel about that? Just say that.
Yeah.
Don't keep on dipping off to the photo sessions, buying cameras. What is going on?
Right. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, what is that? What is that? Next thing you know,
So now
camera
you're a
bags.
photographer.
Who's spending $1,000? What is going on? You know, but some people do that. That's
a good
you know,
point.
sometimes men they just.
So okay,
You will.
so here is a prime example. When we discussed to be Thanties, did you talk to your husbands about being a Thantie?
We had talked about it. But
Well, they
I
kind of
didn't ask
knew
for
that we
permission,
was.
though.
Yeah, I didn't ask for permission.
No, I didn't.
I really didn't want it.
We know.
I was forced.
She can't held hostage. If you can't tell.
You gotta be our friend. You gotta be the Thantie.
Yeah,
we gonna kick you
one
out of
for
the
all and all for
I'm
one.
forever Thantie. You know I'm not with the net.
Our bracelet says you are a thought.
Yeah.
You don't look like you resisting it though.
She does it.
This is an argument every week. Like I have a struggle. I love
She's
my
quit
friends.
a couple times.
Yeah, I quit.
So is Kamika.
Yeah,
I
Kamika
quit.
Me and Fifi, we stand strong.
committed. Yeah. And we know everybody else is just talking.
Yeah.
They're not doing nothing.
I ain't
We're
showing
glad
up
you're here. We
next
can probably
week.
use a therapist. Do you do friend therapy too?
Because we really need it.
You need either way.
Listen, everybody needs therapy at some point.
Yes.
But I am not taking classes.
She said she's not taking class.
Oh no.
You need to refer us.
Let us know when you get
Refer
off
us out.
it.
Refer us out because
because we need
You
help.
gotta be comfortable with your therapist. So let us know when you get an opening.
Yeah, we
You're
like
good
that.
if you don't have no openings.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been
That's a good
blessed.
thing.
That's good. That is so good.
Well, that was fun. So let's do a little Ask the Auntie because this is important and what might come up. So one of the viewer wants to know, what do you do? Because it's a wife who she feels like her husband expects her to do things that she considers are husband things, like
Manly.
taking somebody on a date, like asking her out, taking her on a date, planning a trip, planning all the anniversaries.
Okay.
And so he's expecting her to do those things, but he doesn't do those things for her.
Ever?
She says ever.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's when you married,
That's a
sometimes
two-way
some
thing.
people are not good at this, and
True.
you are better.
True.
So, like, since I've learned being married that sometimes more of it falls on me because I might be a better planner.
Oh, that's true.
But you put anything with the internet, it's all on him, baby. I can't help you.
right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
a date, I don't
a
think
date
that-
is-
I think dates can be planned by either or. Like,
They
let's
can.
let's just go let's take a ride. That's a date to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
anytime
turning
that you
corners.
just spending time together, you don't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
To just be in each other's presence and enjoy each other
That's
is a
true.
date.
Yeah. Let's ask the expert.
Oh, I like the way that sounds. I think Tiffany said it earlier. It's what you put into it, and I think
Okay.
a lot of times when you have expectations and the other person's not giving it to you, that breeds
Yes.
resentment, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if she feels resentful
Yeah.
right now, but if you want that, you sow that into your marriage. And I had to show myself that, like, I can plan a day. I mean, we're in a day and time where it's okay, like she just said, to we can both do it. Or if I'm better at it, I'm a planner. I like to look up stuff, the new restaurants and all that,
Yeah.
Why not? And here's the thing, you sow that. You sow what you want to get back.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if he wants her to do this and she feels like it's not fair, marriage is not all the way fair. Right?
never
But
fair.
if you want to go on dates, you plan on the real nice, show them how it's done.
Yeah.
Get dressed down to the nines.
Yeah. I
With your
like it.
5-inch, right? And show up and show him that that's what it takes. And
Yeah.
if he, maybe bring him along a little bit, but sow into your marriage what you want to get back.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Pastor Williams said something years ago when I was struggling in my marriage, and I kind of felt like that, like they don't never show you affection or whatever. And he was like, if you want a hug, give somebody a hug. If you want a kiss,
That's it.
give them a kiss,
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter who
Who did it.
initiates it.
Yeah.
You still get
Yes.
the desired
Yes.
result that you want. And I have always,
I think that's
Yeah.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
And plus, there's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, baby, you ain't hugging me enough."
yeah.
Yeah.
I need more
Right.
hugs. I kiss you.
Yeah, communication.
That's what I'm saying. Is communication. That's a lot of the problem. People get offended. Our feelings get hurt. I ain't gonna say nothing. Well, keep on being mad.
But I think everybody wants to feel wanted.
Yes, that's
desired.
different.
And so,
Yes.
But do
I think
you
it's a
feel
push and
that
a
you
pull.
feel like the date night makes her feel not desired?
Well, I think it's more of the husband, like, well, you ain't do it for me. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So really it's the husband that feels like she doesn't plan for him.
yeah.
Okay.
And then-
But he plans for her?
And, well, no, he doesn't plan for her because he don't feel like she plans for him. It's probably like a tit for tat.
It's probably
Oh, that's what that
it is.
sounds like,
See, you
yeah.
have to,
Somebody's
even
gotta
though
be the bigger
Somebody's got to be
Yes,
the bigger
and
person to
that's
take
what-
the first step.
everybody,
Yeah.
somebody got to get out of it. And it makes you mad, but it probably is the woman. Because we the grownest. Like
We have a
like our
sacrificial
therapist,
lamb.
we the sacrificial lambs, and we always showing you how it's done.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
y'all bite once in a while.
Yeah.
That's most males, not all of them. Because
Yeah.
I know males who are like planny,
Yes.
planny, girly, way
I don't
more
think
than
that's
me.
girly. Don't say that because
I said planny like a girl does it. Not saying that that's girly. I don't think planning stuff for your mate is girly if you're a male.
That's it. Yeah.
But some guys are.
It's a reciprocation.
Yes.
It's a gift.
And I think you hit on that. It's just whoever's better at, some women are better with finances.
Yes.
And they,
Yeah.
take care
Yes.
of, managing the bills and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make him less of a man because she knows what's going on.
Right.
And but some think that it does
Right.
because, I'm a man. I'm gonna do the money. You do this. No, I'm not cooking and cleaning. I'm messing with everything.
Yeah. That is true.
No, but that's just, I know it for me because I was a single mother, so everything. Now I'm a little bit more lax with it because I have a husband, but I'm like, what you doing over here? Come, it's,
Yeah.
you gotta
Absolutely.
communicate that. I agree with that.
Absolutely. Well, as we wrap up, when we do listen to your Thanti, and we'll start with you, Monique. we'll just give advice to, married couples and those who desire to be married. What's your best piece of advice?
Yes, if I could sum it up, I would say forgiveness. Whether you're married, single, divorced, seeking to be married, you cannot be successfully in a marriage operating in unforgiveness. And no one is perfect in that, but you really do have to seek God to help you with that. I feel like unforgiveness, forgiveness is a supernatural thing. Like, you got to ask the Lord to help you, do that. But forgiveness is really important in marriage. And even people who are not married understand that we can't hold grudges. Life is too short. I'm not saying tolerate just craziness, but when it comes to the things that get on my nerves and I want you to grow a little bit faster, let it go. I've learned to do this. Let things roll. And communicate. That's your word for today.
Yes, communicate.
Communicate what needs to be communicated, but let stuff go. Because we've all seen so many people drop dead this year.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when it gets real right there.
Yeah.
I'm arguing with you over this.
Right.
And Nathan just
Exactly.
died.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Exactly.
Yeah.
God forbid that happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That was great.
Agree.
I'm cool with that.
Anybody else? The other second expert?
Second
25
bishop.
years.
no, that's first.
Bishop Fox.
25 years, that's goals.
Well, I would
teaches
say
us
if
daily.
I was going to make any kind of recommendation for younger people getting married, I think a lot of times in society today, we feel like, we just going to give this a try. I've seen people get married and get divorced in 6 months, in a year, in 2 years. I think the people go into it with if it don't work, I'm just going to divorce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why
I think it's a bad way to go into marriage. And I would say to younger people, like, if that is how you feel, I wouldn't go into it. I would go into marriage with the idea that divorce is not an option outside of abuse, and other things that, are just definitely deal breakers. But, like we just not getting along. I think you can work things out if you really try. It is a choice if you want to or not. But I think that if you're going to just call it quits because, we just didn't see eye to eye, I think you should probably wait. If you're not willing to fight it out past a year, 2 years, 6 months, that's just ridiculous to even get into a covenant under God and then just give up that quick.
You haven't been through all the seasons yet.
Thank you.
Right.
We ain't been through it yet.
Thank you.
That's my recommendation.
I
What you got,
agree.
Tara?
Pray. That's what I got.
A lot of prayer.
Simple.
All day, every day. No, for real, you got
Pray without
to.
ceasing.
That's in my head all day. Every time I'm about to lose it, I just start praying. It works most of the time. Not perfect.
Sometimes it's a cuss at.
I've gotten much better. I haven't really been
But
hard.
have free.
It might have been my flesh.
My flesh might have won. It's some advice.
I think my biggest advice is for single women who have been in relationships and are looking to start new relationships is heal your triggers because
As much as possible.
those come into the new relationship and they cause more issues, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I got two, but I'm gonna combine them into one. The one is remove your ego, right?
Yeah.
Like, everybody
Amen.
just gotta remove their ego.
Yeah.
If somebody's better at something than you, let them
have it.
Let them have it.
Let 'em have it.
Monique said, it's a gift. Take that as a present to yourself. And number two, stop getting married just to have a wedding.
Right.
That's why I didn't do that.
Pretty weddings.
You
they
heard
get divorced.
And then they divorced at 6.
That's why I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You gotta love them for real. Love gotta be there.
It has to.
Everybody getting married for a reason, financial. He got money. No, you gotta love them. It's not gonna work.
The
and
love
it's a
and
waste of your
respect.
time.
Yes.
Everybody else's time. Like for real, you gotta be willing to fight for it.
Yeah, that's it.
You really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
else?
y'all, but before we wrap up, tell them what you got going on. Let her have her own book.
Yes. Well, this is her book. She doesn't take her thing. So.
Oh. Well, it matches her outfit.
Let you borrow it. You can borrow it, girl. You can hold it for now. It's matte, like my lips.
Oh, yeah.
So it's popping.
So 365 Prayers for Your Husband and 365 Prayers for Your Wife are both on Amazon. You can order it tonight and it'll be on your doorstep in 2 days.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
What about your sign?
So I am having a book signing at Black Coffee the last Saturday of this month. The contents are gonna be there.
Yeah. We're supporting.
Yes, the 30th of this month, and that starts off my book signing tour.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm speaking it in faith because I don't have all my dates.
You are.
okay.
You
That's
can
okay.
That's
Yes.
okay.
Watch God work. But you can
Yeah.
find me on social media, Instagram, Monique Counsels, MoniqueCounsels.com, and Divine Interventions or Monique O'Neill on Facebook. And that's
This is what I think. You know how pastors have armor bearers? I think you should have the Thonties. And when you go for your book speaking tools, we can hype you up in the back real quick. You keep going.
I like it. I like it because we're going places.
Thank you.
I like it. That's right. That's right.
Speak it to existence.
Speak it.
Yes.
Thank you.
And as always, y'all like, share, subscribe. Y'all see our handles right
Yeah.
there. We still got a raffle, and we are raffling off 2 of the books.
We're gonna put the books in there.
Yeah. So stay alert to the post. We'll see a lucky winner, and it's cuffing season. We missed this year, but if you get this book today, the next year.
A lot can happen at 365.
Say it.
365. You be winning. You be winning. We got time.
365.
We got time.
Words, baby.
All right, y'all. Thanks for touching around with us. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.